It's another day in which I am not right about to drop dead despite being prone to infections, and the time is finally here. I'm going to put these to use. Weird packaging for hot dogs, right? These are special Red Rocket hot dogs from La Barbecue in downtown Austin. I know the lighting and everything is not going to do this justice. These are red, okay? Like, they're not pale like normal hot dogs from the store. Like, these are red. Like, my t-shirt is red. These are red, like my t-shirt. And they are smoked. I mean, these smell like barbecue. Like, it is not like normal hot dogs at all. And the one and only time I've made Filipino spaghetti before, I used smoked kielbasa, and it was awesome. So I really wanted to try these hot dogs because I figured like it would probably be like the ultimate, and they probably are. So I made one with coleslaw, and it was pretty good. Kind of a mealy texture, very smoky. It is going to be awesome in the Filipino spaghetti. So I am going to do another attempt of a cooking video, and it has not gone well in the kitchen. It's way too hard to film the way the stove is, the way the countertops are. So I'm going to set up my plyometric box. Let me turn this around. Yeah, so plyometric box with my little multi-cooker and all the ingredients for the Filipino spaghetti other than the hot dogs, which I have to chop up. This is the inspiration for the recipe. I recommend this cookbook. I've made it once before. I am gonna basically shorten the ingredient list because I think it's too complicated. No. All right, ready to cook. This is a cookbook. It's my only Filipino cookbook, and I've made this recipe once before. I'm modifying it to have a shorter ingredient list because I don't think it needs all the stuff that it has. So the first thing we're gonna do is saute one small onion. And add a little bit of salt and a little bit more salt. That's going to take a few minutes. So while we're waiting, this is 4 cloves of minced garlic. The 3 hot dogs. The recipe calls for 4. These were pretty big hot dogs. I think 3 is going to be fine. Cup of red wine. This happens to be Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm using up what I've got. I'm moving. I got to use stuff up. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar they call for. This is coconut palm sugar, once again, using up what I've got. A tablespoon of fish oil. No, not fish oil, fish sauce. Totally different. Don't use fish oil, use fish sauce. Or don't if you have a seafood allergy. This is really special. This is half a cup of homemade banana ketchup. I don't love banana and I don't love ketchup, but banana ketchup is actually really good. So historically, there was like a tomato shortage, but they had plenty of bananas in World War I or World War II, I forgot which. And they mixed together bananas with a little bit of ketchup. It tastes really good. I've got a little bit left over that I can eat for French fries and stuff, but that's a half cup of homemade banana ketchup, and it's awesome. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. A teaspoon of oregano. A 14.5 ounce can of tomatoes. I don't know how common that is. I didn't have a 14.5 ounce can, so I had to just measure it out. Salt. So I think that's enough ingredients, honestly. I don't think adding like the green pepper and stuff that it called for is really necessary. And ground beef. The recipe calls for ground beef. Not necessary. What I think would go really good with this though is to have some lemongrass and garlic shrimp, which there's a recipe for that in the cookbook. My shrimp are still defrosting in the fridge, so I don't have that right now, but I think having something lean and sweet and bright and vibrant would go well with this, which is going to be pretty heavy and smoky. Seems like Filipino spaghetti is popular on YouTube where people go to Jollibee's and do a mukbang. I've never lived by a Jollibee's. I'm in Central Texas right now, and the closest Jollibee's is in San Antonio, so that's like an hour and a half away. So it's like, is anyone going to go there from Austin? Probably not. It's like barely worth it to go to downtown Austin. It's like, I should go to like a whole nother metropolitan area to get something? Probably not. I do love cooking as a hobby. It is awkward as hell to film a cooking video by yourself, I'll tell you. The times I tried to film in the kitchen with like the brownies and the banana ketchup did not go well. I'm hoping this goes better. Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to upload the video of the brownies because it just turned out so bad. I hope this doesn't turn out the same way. So we want the onions to be translucent and soft according to the recipe. I generally don't like undercooked onions. So I might go a little farther than just translucent and soft. I might make it a little golden, which I think is going to go good with all these sweet flavors like tomato and banana ketchup. Yeah, and since these hot dogs are smoked, they have a lot of flavor. I don't need to saute them first to make them brown to have flavor, so like that's less work for me. So I highly recommend don't make this recipe with hot dogs. Use smoked sausage. It totally hurts my knees to do that. Up next is going to be the tomato paste. You don't want it to have like a raw flavor. Normally when I cook, I use my laptop to multitask. So it's actually like kind of weird right now to just be like, I'm going to sit here for 2 minutes and just do nothing. So let's just sit here for 2 minutes and do nothing. Of course, if you're in your kitchen, you could be cleaning up. So there we have tomato paste, garlic, and onion with, of course, some salt to help draw the water out of the onion. Thinking it's time to add the wine. The thing with these electric cookware appliances, the temperature is like all over the place. $226. I set it for like $280 originally. But that's okay. Do what you want to do, appliance. Do what you want to do. So the wine is finally simmering, and once it reduces by 50%, all the rest of the stuff can go in. And then we simmer for 45 minutes, which is more than enough time to boil some water for spaghetti. I think I've got angel hair. That'll work, because these are pretty small pieces. Individually, I actually don't like a lot of the ingredients in this. Like, I don't really love hot dogs. I definitely don't love wine. I don't love banana. I don't love tomato sauce. But when you mix it all together, it's pretty good. I think it's reduced enough, so we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Teaspoon of oregano into the pot. Tablespoon of coconut palm sugar. They say use brown sugar. I'm using up what I've got. This is actually a little bit short of a teaspoon, or tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, not fish oil like I called it earlier. Half a cup of glorious homemade banana ketchup. Yeah, I want every last drop of this into the pasta. Into the pot. And the tomato. 14.5 ounces, which is 410 grams. Stir this really good. I realize the hot dog is not in it yet. And then I'm going to taste it. I'm the only person who lives here, so germs aside, I am the only person who's going to be eating this, so who cares? It's like way more salt. Way more salt. That was all right. I think I'm going to do my own thing a little bit and add some Worcestershire sauce. And of course, the red rocket hot dogs. These are so red. I know the camera phone isn't going to show how red these are. These are really red. BRB with some Worcestershire sauce. The recipe doesn't call for this, but I think it needs a little something. A little bit. Yeah, so eventually the smokiness is going to transfer. We simmer this 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I don't want this to thicken. It's actually pretty thick. So let's set the timer for 45 minutes and see if it actually works, because a lot of the times I do this, I don't get it to work. Yes. All right, so it is simmering for 45 minutes. I think I got the sweetness and the saltiness just right. I'm hoping it ends up pretty smoky from those hot dogs, but I don't know. It's the first time I've used those. So we'll see in 45 minutes how good it is, and I will have some noodles ready by then. The fire alarm's going off and I'm in the middle of cooking. I'm cooking, but I'm not burning anything. Like, I've got that. There's no smoke.
Yeah, I don't have any either. Let me check.
still going off. There is no smoke in here. It's going off in the whole building. Now it's not.
Smell smoke anywhere?
No.
It's happened before in this building. So,
It goes off for no reason.
yeah, I mean, it just goes off. The fire department will be here. And,
All right. Moment of truth with the Filipino spaghetti. After the fire alarm went off, the fire department might be showing up. Let's ladle some of this good stuff. Look at that. Good stuff. And we can turn this off. Okay, let's see if I can get a proper thumbnail and an outro before the fire department shows up, which maybe they will. Every time I try to film, something gets messed up. So it's like the one time nothing is messed up when I'm filming, fire alarm goes off in the whole building. For absolutely no reason, because not one neighbor said they smell any smoke. Filipino spaghetti. Some people are going to want to eat it with cheese. I am not going to eat this with cheese. Doesn't need it. Just get a piece of hot dog. Smoked sausage or smoked hot dogs is the way to go. So I think the way we did this was more flavor and less work. No need to chop up a green pepper and saute it. No need to brown ground beef. No need to saute hot dogs and sear them. Just use smoked sausage and throw it in the pot. So much less work, 3 fewer ingredients. Technically 2. I kind of wonder if like these hot dogs have so much smoke flavor. Is that what made the fire alarm go off? It's not smoke. It's like steam from cooking and then there's like smoke flavor from the hot dog. Like, I don't know. Fire alarm. I think let's get some more. I undersauced. That's better. The lighting is terrible though. Let me go in the other room. This is better lighting. Let's go back to where I set up and had to evacuate when the fire alarm went off. Boom. All the stuff in the background. I'll make a weightlifting video at some point. I ordered another tripod today. I've got like a tabletop tripod. And it just is really hard to cook like this. And of course, as soon as I figure out how to, the fucking fire alarm goes off and I have to interrupt everything and move everything. Fuck. I guess maybe I'm just not meant to make cooking videos. I think that's how I should interpret this. Like, I am not meant to make cooking videos. Because when I finally do, and stuff seems to be going fine, because I set everything up differently, fire alarm. So maybe cooking in this room sets off the fire alarm, even if there's no smoke. Next video will be lifting weights. I don't know if I'm going to say goodbye or if I'm going to get like firefighter footage. But be good to your mucous membranes. Peace out. Bye.